You ain't got no links. I got links. You think you got links? Oh my god. Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. So the first step was to complete the links. I did this using foam double-sided tape and expression. To create the ponytail, I use the old lace wig. You can just use your natural hair or a wig. You will need 10 to 12 links and just line them off across the floor to identify which links will be the ones to connect everything. I will leave a link in the bio where you can find the double-sided tape. Here is how the links are made. Go ahead and cut one of the foams and place two inside of it. This will create the links for you. I connected all of my links together just to identify the exact ones which will be the links and which will be the loops. Here is a quick example of how the tape will actually prevent the other links from sliding out. I just pressed the link back together and taped it back up. And voila, this is how it works. Before completing this, however, the next step is to actually wrap expressions around all of the links apart from the connecting links. Initially, I started off using fairly large pieces, but I discovered towards the end that smaller pieces work better as it's actually lighter. So I would actually recommend half of what I'm using now. Make sure all the hair is really detangled. So the first step you want to do is remove the covering shield from the adhesive so it's really sticky. Place the hair on the inside of the loop and begin to wrap it as smoothly and fan it out as much as possible along the line. I also realized later that adding adhesive to the inside of the loop will also allow the hair to stick on the inside and the outside for a better hold. Because I wrapped my hair too tightly, I ran out of space, so I just added a little bit more expressions and completed it. In order to seal it off, I just used a little piece of double-sided tape and placed it underneath the hair. I should have used a smaller section here and a thinner bit of hair. Once you're happy with how it looks, just go ahead and cut off any excess or fine hairs that are sticking out. And here is where you can also use your lighter to just sort of burn off any other edges. Once you're happy, now repeat for all of the links. I'm now going to show you how I wrap hair around my connector link. Don't forget to remove the adhesive covering, otherwise the hair will just slide off. As you can see, I placed some of the tape on the edges of the reel. This is to help with more grip. Now it's time to wrap the hair around the connecting link. This was a little tricky, and I discovered later on it's best to wrap the hair around the connecting link first and then reconnect them all together. Once you get to the end, just cut off any excess hair and use a double-sided tape to secure the edge of the hair. Because I used too much hair to wrap around the tape, the ends wouldn't all stick on the plastics. So I used some Got2b hairspray and blow dried it in order to help it stick better. You should use less expression. And here we are. Now repeat this step for every link. You can choose to burn the ends off now or once everything is finished. I did it between every link. Every time I finished the set, I just burn off the remaining edges. And boom, it should look something like this. Now it's time to make the ponytail. I just went ahead and glued on my full lace wig using Ghost Bond. This was a bit tricky because I couldn't really see what I was doing because the camera was in the way, so I did a little bit off the camera. To protect your natural hair, I do recommend you using the bald cap method first before you actually add the glue. I was just in a rush and I just wanted to do it very quickly. Don't be like me, kids. I applied roughly 2 layers of glue and voila, I slicked my hair into a slick ponytail and used an elastic band to keep it all flat and melted. In order to create that height, I just started rolling sections of the hair all the way around on top of each other to sort of create a double donut effect. I highly recommend that you use a lot of hairpins. I didn't use as much and it did get a bit loose towards the end. I placed my bands on just to double check the height of the hair was correct. And clearly I was feeling myself. So guys, this is how I created my fringe. I only did it this way because I didn't want to cut the hair on my lace wig. If you would like that slick line across the front, which I do recommend, that it does look a bit better, I would go ahead and cut the hair on the actual lace and maybe add a track to that for thickness. This track wasn't thick enough for me, so I went ahead and did a thicker track off camera, and it looked something like this. Time to cut the fringe. I haven't had a fringe in such a long time and I was a bit scared, so I was like, okay, let me not cut it too short and So I just went in and cut it a bit shorter with some confidence, and yes, we are here. All I'm doing is slightly tonguing it with the straighteners. And I mean, this is already a look, like you can actually just go out like this. Time to see what's cooking underneath this band. And guys, can we just appreciate the back, please? Can we just? Baby hairs. We are ready to add the links, guys. We are ready. I'll take these off and then wrap it around. Heavy. So what's happening now is the bit of hair that's left on top of the donut stack is going through the first link and then being re-wrapped around the actual bun. Make sure you secure these with loads of pins, as I did not and suffered miserably because these ladies are not light. Really? That won't hold it. Where is it? Yeah. For the front. We just have to spread it and push it. Excuse me. That's crazy. Ooh, boy. Whoa. What happened? And guys, here is the full look. Thank you so much for watching. You ain't got no links. I got links. You think you got links?